Hello, friends. Welcome to. I'm sorry, it looked like some horror, scary movie, but I just took a shower, so that's why my eyes are a little bit red. But yeah, welcome to humanology 2385. I'm looking at the screen to check the number, episode number for today. Okay, so, but yeah. Oh boy. Yeah, it's recording. Okay. Yeah, let's just happy. No, I'm checking the calendar on my computer. Okay, happy Thursday evening. Yeah, let's do stretching. At the lunch hour today, I took a nap. I skipped running, okay? So it's okay once in a while. Yeah, just sleeping. Take your nap during the lunch hour. So that was good. Yeah, I feel more energetic after taking a nap. It's very healthy, okay? Yeah. Ah, ah, okay. Oh. Okay, now, martial arts, let's do dodging, okay? Okay. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Whew. All right. Yeah, it's very beautiful evening, almost like a day. Let me grab some beer. Okay, so let's get back to mathematics, okay? As we promised, at some point we get back to mathematics. Yeah, let today be that day. It's been a while. Uh-huh. Yeah. Okay. Almost ready. So gamma trajectory, gamma meaning gradient, this common divisor, the gamma table. Let's review what we did last time. I apologize for the exposure there. Ah, my bad. All right. Um, uh, I'm sorry, it's kind of boring part, but we are observing the how greatest common divisor is calculated. Oh yeah, greatest common divisor of 4 and 6. We put smaller number here and larger number there. Okay. Okay, so 4 and 6, fourth row and sixth column. Okay. Initial is blank. So the traditional Euclidean algorithm. Okay, 6 minus 4, 2, 4 and 2. Now we switch it. Okay, because two smaller number first, larger number next. Okay, 2 gamma 4. Uh, so okay, what is known? Wait a minute. This is not the right table because we added zeros column and zeros row. And where is that table? Oh, actually, there is. Okay, okay, okay. My bad. Okay. Okay, it's been a while. Okay, sure. What's known is this zeroth row and zeroth column is just mirror reflection of the uh, carbon copy of the row index, the column index and row index, except 0 and 0 is the infinity. Okay, so and then first row ones, second and fourth columns all the ones, and the diagonals is like a infinity then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's the ground rule, or that's the initial condition. because we have recursive formula. This gamma formula, Euclidean algorithm or improved ones, is all recursive formula. So we need the base case to build upon. Okay, sure. How many case categories do we have? Okay, zeros row, zeros column, first row, first column, and diagonal. We have five sets of base case categories, okay? And in each category is infinite set. Okay? It's quite exceptional kind of recursive formula. Okay? Yeah. Interesting, huh? Yeah, cheers. And then 4 and 6, greatest common divisor 4 and 6. Let's use traditional Euclidean algorithm, okay? Yeah, 6 minus 4, that's 2. So you swap it. Uh, okay, so at first, okay, 4 and 2, then we swap it, so it goes diagonal, 2 and 4. Now, 4 minus 2, 2 and 2, okay? So 2 gamma 2. Here, we convert it to diagonal, okay? And then we replicate, okay, this 2 goes here, 2, then goes here, 2, and then goes here, 2, okay? Okay, good. So we're back on track now. Is this important? Maybe, maybe not. Then why am I doing this? Out of pure intellectual curiosity. But who knows? Maybe there's possibility. Maybe we'll find the greatest common divisor algorithm, which is constant time. Okay. So far, this is all logarithmic time, some variation of logarithmic time, algorithmic complexity, big O notation. Okay. But yeah, it gets faster and faster. But uh, maybe we'll find constant time algorithm for greatest common divisor. Okay, there's always that possibility. I could not find it so far. That does not mean it does not exist. It can still exist. Okay. Yes, maybe we find it. Who knows? Okay. But for now, just pure curiosity. Okay. Yeah. And I'm kind of curious that we have two over here, like 2 gamma 6. Okay. So look at these tools, okay, it's like as if we form this kind of like a rectangle here. So is that always the case? I do not know. We make more examples, okay? But here we have 2, but here we have 4. So that's not the same, okay? We have 3 here, this in this rectangle, okay? 1 and 3. Okay, that's the front. Okay. Booyah. It's the boring part, okay? So ah. And yeah, we can use them sort of shortcuts. So if we have 4 formulas, it becomes more and more efficient with more added sophistication, okay? Uh, Let's label them 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and this is 3. Okay. Fourth one we haven't done it yet. Okay, so let's take it slow. No, let's take 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah, I start cooking my dinner. I don't have papelli. Okay, it's just wrinkle the wardrobe. Right. 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, welcome back, we are back. Now, let's drink something stronger, okay? Well, yeah, let's take it slow, right? Let's enjoy. There's no rush. When I drive between Machu Valley and Anchorage, I mean, after work, today there were not many cars. So yeah, went to the speed limit there, 65. Because there are not many cars, it's bright, road is dry. Yeah. But in the morning, it's dark. And sometimes there's very thick fog, and I like thick fog. I drive slowly, so it's safe. It's just mysterious. It's fun. Uh, I love driving. Okay, I enjoy driving. It's because it's like traveling. The change of scenery, change of season, change of brightness, the road condition. I like it. Okay, so yeah, I enjoy driving. And but in the morning, I drive slow. Like it's a 65-mile highway, my power. I drive between like 55 and 65. Well, actually, typically like between 55 and 60. Okay, why? It's too early, and it's dark, and I'm a little bit, like not no hangover, but still just too early in the morning. Okay, so yeah, so I drive slowly, lower energy level. Okay, so okay, now with different color. Let's use magenta. Let's do number two. Okay, 4, 6. Okay, 2, 4, 2. Okay, it's the same. Then 2, 4, same. And then 2, 0. Yeah. Okay. That's so you convert this to um zeros column as opposed to diagonal. But same number of steps this time. Okay, fine. Mm-hmm. Now, third one. I have more colors actually. Okay, so we use brown. Okay. Third one. Okay, 4, 6, and then 2, 2. Hola faster, okay? Yeah. It converts to diagonal. Hola faster, okay? Nice. Cheers. Third formula, well, first one is the original Euclidean algorithm. Second formula, other mathematicians came up with, okay? Third formula and fourth formula is this brand new, okay? Now, fourth one, which we have not calculated yet. We calculated right here, okay? So 4 gamma 6, meaning greatest common divisor of 4 and 6. Gamma, G, equivalent in Greek alphabet. Okay, let's just spell it out. 4 row 6 row 4 gamma 6 row 4. Okay. Row operator is a remainder operator. Okay. 6 row 4. 6 row 4. When 6 is divided by 4, what's the remainder in Euclidean division? Okay. 2. Okay. Okay. 4 row 2 gamma 2. 402. When 4 is divided by 2, what's the remainder? Rho, that's R, like R equivalent of in Greek alphabet, okay? So remainder, for R for remainder, okay? Gamma, yeah, G for greatest common divisor, okay? Yeah. 402, when 4 is divided by 2, what's the remainder? 0, okay? Yeah. So 0 gamma 2, which is 2, okay? Now let's use red. So 4 gamma 6, then 0 gamma 2. 0, comma 2, okay? 0 row and 2 second column. Well, we use right, left subscript, okay? So, okay. Yeah, so it converges in one step to 0th row. How fun. Nice. Cheers. As if it is a constant time formula for greatest common divisor, but it's not. Okay, yeah, it just for bigger numbers, yeah, it takes multiple steps. So it's still like some variation of logarithmic time algorithm, okay? But great improvement, nonetheless. Cheers. Hmm. So what we are doing here is we are kind of encoding into this one recursive formula, kind of like here, one more step of Euclidean algorithm, okay? And then two more steps of Euclidean algorithm. And three more steps of Euclidean algorithm. Okay, so it's more efficient, but it's still variation of some logarithmic time algorithm. Okay, so far. Mm. Mhm. I think that's enough for today. Slow start. Okay, look, we just got back to mathematics. Okay, and which is good. And now we'll take 5 minutes break, and then we'll talk about something else. Okay, or maybe we'll go to Instagram Live. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Yeah. Good to be back to mathematics. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to humanology called theology, all right? Yeah. Study of divinity in humanological fashion. Sure. Let's continue that discussion because we are not done there, okay? Like traditional theory about God, traditional theology by ancient religions like omnipotency, God is all powerful, omniscience, God knows everything, omnipresence, God is everywhere. All right? Okay. God is watching everything. Okay. So omnipotency, God can do everything. Omniscience, God knows everything. Omnipresence, God is everywhere. So God is watching everything. Okay. Uh, we'll examine those concepts one by one. Okay. First, omnipotency, omnipotence. God's all powerful. Like, okay, so God is not subject to any rules, even moral rules. Moral rules, yeah, good things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people. Ethics, morality, okay? Uh, but in humanology, we see it as a okay punishment, not because we judge those people, not but because we want to correct them. So it's just discipline, punishment, so that they get correction. And good people rewarded, yeah, so that we encourage good behavior. Okay. Okay. But God breaks those rules sometimes because sometimes in the news we see bad things happen to good people and good things happen to bad people. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes we see that in the news. So that means God breaks those rules. So God is not subject to those rules, moral rules, morality rules. God is not subject to it. God is capable of breaking it because God created those rules. So God is not subject to those rules. We are being logical here. Okay. Yeah. It's a theory. But does there is there does there exist some things that God would never do, although He's capable of doing it? For me, of course, God is capable of terminating my life. Okay. Do you know how many people pass away? How often people pass away? Let's go screen share in a long time. Okay. Sure. Well, how many people get born? How many seconds? How often people die? Just Google. Per second, two people die every second in the world, statistically speaking. Okay, two people die every sec. I mean, two people die every single second. Okay, on average. Uh, so okay, how many? How often people get born per second? About 4 bars every second. Four people are born. So yeah, the population is increasing because every second two people die and two people get born. Okay, about so I mean 4 people get born. So 4 minus 2, 2. So net sum, yeah, every second, uh, two more people on planet Earth. Okay, okay, good. Okay. And people pass away from all different reasons, causes, aging, okay, of old age, or it could be illness, kind of premature death. It could be diseases, injury, murder, suicide, accident. Okay? Yeah. I commute to from Matsu Valley to Anchorage Monday to Friday. Okay, and in the morning and in the evening, coming back from work. And yeah, there are car accidents in the highway. Okay, I might die tomorrow in a car accident. But would God do it? I'm sure God is capable of doing it if He wants. We'll see. But I drive safe. Well, I do drive safe. Okay, yeah, and I'm nice, very nice to other drivers. Yielding. Yeah. If they want to change the lane in front of me in the highway, yeah, slow down. Yeah, sure, get in. I'm nice. Sometimes people, car behind me coming too close to my car, I'm like, whatever. Okay, yeah. I don't pay attention. I just turn on the radio so that I would not pay attention to the driver behind me. I just turn on the radio, okay, so that I don't want to, I would not think about that driver behind me, okay? Yeah, whatever. I'm nice. And I have lived my life for 47 years. Could God have terminated my life in my past 47 years? Of course could have. But he did not. Why? I think he likes me a lot. I think he likes me. God. In Christianity, Mr. Jesus, at the age of what, 33, 34, something like that, according to Christian Bible, God sent his beloved only son to the cross. I don't think so. Okay, I have to disagree with Christians. Okay, I'm sorry, but I have to disagree with Christian doctrine there. Okay, I think, in my opinion, again, I apologize if I'm offending anybody. Okay, if you find this offensive, yeah, do not watch it. Okay, because I do not want to offend you. Okay, I'm just doing my job as a humanologist. Okay, in my opinion, Mr. Jesus' decision to go to the cross, I think is, in my opinion, I think it's the biggest mistake that he made in his 33 years of life. That's my opinion, okay? I do not think that God would terminate a person's life if God really liked this person. Well, I'm sorry again. Maybe I'm being selfish. In the world, in the news, good people pass away before natural cause of aging. Does that mean God does not like them very much? I don't know what to think that way. But they're good people. So I don't know. Okay. Maybe God want to see them in heaven earlier than otherwise. Or maybe, who knows, in heaven, if we assume paradise afterworld, afterlife exists, Can they control their age or up there in heaven afterlife if it exists, assuming that it exists, because I don't know. But for the sake of argument, let's assume it exists, okay? And so a person passes away and go to heaven, paradise, afterlife. Does this person stay that age forever? Or can they control their age? Can they get younger, older, or do they just stay at that age of death? Okay. So maybe one possibility is that let's say a person passes away at the age of 32, like or 33, 34, like Mr. Jesus. So in heaven, Mr. Jesus maybe stay as 33 years old forever, which is a good thing. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if a person passes away at the age of 105 and in heaven, paradise, will that person stay at the age of 105 forever? But maybe in a healthy way, though. Again, I don't know. Okay. But in that scenario, maybe people that got real likes, maybe they pass away very early so that they can stay in heaven forever young. Again, I don't know. Okay. Billy Joel, he sang the song "Only the Good Die Young," but that's not true. No, some criminals they commit what's called murder suicide. Those are bad people. Some criminals they commit crime of murder and suicide. Okay, they die young. Then what? They go to hell and stay young in hell forever. It's a possibility, but I would not like that because according to modern standards in America, at least, they'll be considered as a cruel and unusual punishment. The violates Eighth Amendment in U.S. Constitution. Okay, eternal punishment. That's cruel and unusual punishment. Okay, so in modern day standard, at least in America, that is not acceptable. Okay, and God most likely smarter than modern day American, modern day Americans, right? So would God, who's smarter than modern day Americans, would he do that? Cruel and unusual punishment? Eternal hell? I doubt it. Humans don't do that. Why would God do that? Don't you think God might be nicer than humans? Is God more cruel? Is God more unusually cruel than humans? I do not think Christians would want to think that. I think that Christians rather think that God is nicer than humans. Not just Christians, Judaists, Muslims. In Islam, merciful God, merciful God, almost Allah, all merciful. Okay, in Quran. Okay, then they are being self-contradictory. Christianity and Islam, because they do assume that eternal hell exists for bad people. Then God is that not that merciful. God is not that good. God is more unusually cruel to criminals than Americans, modern day Americans. Okay, We're just being logical here, okay? But again, I apologize if I offended anybody. All right? Yeah. Fine is correct. Vocal rest, okay? Thank you. Okay. Okay, friends. So we came up with a logical conclusion here. We go to humanological theology, okay? If God is nicer than all human beings, including modern day Americans, then there cannot be eternal hell because there will be cruel and unusual punishment. So there's this self contradiction in Islam and Christianity. Okay? Because in Islam and Christianity, they also influenced by Zoroastrianism. Okay, okay, then Zoroastrianism and Christianity and Islam in that order, chronologically. Okay, then yeah, they were wrong. They got it wrong. Okay, because they assume that God is nicer than humans. Maybe at that time there was no U.S. Constitution, of course. Okay, yeah, but in modern day, in America at least, no cruel and unusual punishment. Eighth Amendment in U.S. Constitution. Okay, so if God is nicer than modern day Americans, then there cannot be eternal hell, and that's a good news. I don't want there to be eternal hell. No, that's so hateful. Why do they hate people so much? Okay, revenge. I do not want that stuff. Revenge is not an excuse for crimes. It's not. Okay. Revenge is illegal. Okay. It does not excuse crimes. Okay? No, it does not. Okay. So it may reduce some sentences, but still is guilty. Okay. So yeah. Now, let's talk about existence of heaven, eternal paradise. We people want there to exist eternal heaven, paradise. For the people, for the sake of people who passed away, good people who passed away earlier than natural aging. We want there to be eternal heaven, paradise, so that they go there, because they're good people. Because we people are, many of us are nice. Actually, most of us are nice. If God is nicer than us, then of course He would have created eternal paradise because He's nicer than us. If we assume that, if God is nicer than us, afterlife, eternal paradise would be nicer than we can imagine. Again, that's a good news. So, out of this assumption, which may be right, may be wrong, but assumption, uh, potential assumption, okay, yeah, God is nicer than all human beings. That means two logical conclusions. First, eternal hell does not exist. Second, eternal heaven, afterlife, both of them, eternal heaven exists and eternal hell does not exist. Okay? Those are two logical conclusions from the assumption that God is nicer than all human beings. Good. Welcome to human school. Okay? Yeah. At least it's a good exercise of logic. Okay? Kind of mathematical logic. Okay? Yeah. Hmm? Because that's kind of what I wanted. But now we have kind of logical proof of that. Okay, I want there to be heaven, not hell. Okay, but at least we mathematically proved it. Okay, after making this assumption, which may be false, may be right. Okay, God is being nicer than humans. Okay, all humans. Good, nice. Yeah, because it's, to me, it's first time too. Okay, yeah. In the world, most likely the first time in the history. Okay, yeah. So welcome to human school. Okay, yeah. We do that many times. Okay, brand new discovery. For the first time in human history. Okay, yeah, we do that quite often. Okay, yeah. Welcome to human school. Cheers. Hmm. I'm happy now. I was happy. I was happy earlier, but I'm happier now. How about that? Yeah. Uh, Good. I do not know. I cannot speak for other people. I do not know the entirety of their life story. People who passed away before natural aging. Uh, I do not know the details of their life history, okay? So I cannot speak for them, okay? But I can speak for my life. So I know my life better than nobody. Better than anybody. Of course, when I was child, my parents and uncles and my parents' friends, they watched me as I grow up as a young child, and they remember about me when I was young. So they have memory of me that I do not have. I was too young. When I was a 1 year old baby, I do not remember anything from there. Because in I did a research, Google search, okay? They say the earliest memory is about when people are like 3 years old, okay? About on average, okay? Yeah, I don't remember anything when I was a 1 year old, but my parents remember, and their friends, their siblings, my grandparents, yeah, they remember how I was when I was 1 year old baby, okay? I don't remember. Okay? But other than that, yeah, I'm the one who know about myself more than anybody else because I remember at the age of 3, and it's hazy, maybe age of 5, 7, 8, and on. Yeah, more better memory, more recent memories. Okay, yeah, yeah. So I drive safe. I'm nice to other people, so I'm not worried about dying tomorrow. No, I don't think it's likely at all. Okay, yeah. I'm not worried at all. But at the same time, I think that God likes me. I do my job. God given, in my opinion, God given assignment like this. Humanology lecture series, okay? So I do not think that God would just fire me when I'm doing his work. Humanology is God, God of humanology. He give me assignment and I do it. So why would God fire me? So I'm not worried, okay? Yeah, but that's my belief system in humanology as a religion, like Church of Humanology, okay? So, okay, 5 minutes break, book rest. No, time check. It's been more than 1 hour, so let's ventilate, okay? All right. Okay. Ugh. What? All right, welcome back. We are back. Okay, now let's talk about Christianity. Okay, I have the crucifixion. Okay, I do not like that concept because in humanology we oppose any form of human sacrifice, including Mr. Jesus's crucifixion. Okay, I oppose it. I voice my objection. Okay. Human sacrifice back in ancient days was quite common, okay, all around the world, and but they stopped doing it. Okay, they made transition to animal sacrifice, and then they made transition to no sacrifice whatsoever to God. It's evolution of humanity, okay. But I think that Mr. Jesus was limited by the time and space of his time and his space, okay. The availability of ideologies, good or bad, human sacrificism, bad ideology. And I think he was polluted by, infected by, infested by, influenced by that bad ideology of human sacrificeism. That's my theory. Okay? Yeah. And also, he did not get benefit from good ideology that was not available to him in his space and time, like mathematics. Modern mathematics did not exist at that time of Mr. Jesus. So he did not get benefit from it. Or perhaps Hinduism, Buddhism, yeah, it existed in India, but maybe Mr. Jesus heard about it, studied a little bit. Okay, like there's some trade between India and Middle East, yeah, even in Mr. Jesus' time. Okay, like Alexander, emperor of Greek Empire, that was like 300 BC. Okay, so yeah, Mr. Alexander kind of went to the near India. Okay, maybe Pakistan, maybe not quite there, but whatever. Okay, so yeah, there's some trading route between India and Middle East. Yeah, they knew about each other existence. Yeah, they did. Yeah. So maybe Mr. Jesus learned about Hinduism a little bit, Buddhism even. Okay, so Buddhism that's like what 500 BC or something like that. He was before Mr. Jesus. Okay, yeah, maybe 300 BC. Whatever. Okay, yeah. I think it's like 500 BC. I think. Whatever. So, but maybe Mr. Jesus did not get the full benefit about Hinduism, Buddhism. Okay. Confucianism of China. Oh, again, on 500 BC. Okay, so Silk Road. I don't think it existed yet at the time of Mr. Jesus. Okay, yeah, the between Middle East and China, Silk Road. I don't think it existed yet. Let's look up. Okay, yeah. Go back to screen share. 130 BC. Oh, so it predates Mr. Jesus, huh? By 130 years. Okay, maybe Mr. Jesus learned about Confucianism. Maybe. Confucius. 500 BC. Okay, how about Buddha? How about 500 BC? Okay, yeah. How about Socrates? Yeah, 400 BC, 500 BC, around there. Okay. How about Zoroaster? Zarathustra. Up to the Zaran, Persia. What year? Yeah, 600 BC, around 500 BC. Okay, it's around the same time. Okay, yeah, these Asian prophets. Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, yeah, yeah, it's a history of philosophy. Okay, so that I read long time ago. Yeah, yeah, so Confucius, Zoroaster, Socrates, Buddha, around 500 BC. Okay, yeah. So maybe Mr. Jesus learned about them, read about them, and they predate Mr. Jesus even Silk Road between Middle East and Asia, China, 130 BC predates Mr. Jesus. Okay, maybe Mr. Jesus, as a good student, studied all of them. I don't know. The point I'm trying to make is this, okay? Mr. Jesus, who knows? Maybe he's actually son of God. He could be, okay? But the way from what I've read in New Testament Bible about Mr. Jesus, I see some limitation in terms of time and space. Uh, he was influenced by bad ideologies, like human sacrificism. Okay, so bad ideology, infection. Okay, and then I see some lacking deficiency in his theories, Mr. Jesus. Okay, like did not quite benefit from modern philosophy. Okay, which was not available at that time. Okay? Geographically, like spatial limitation. Yeah, maybe he didn't know too much about Confucianism. Okay. Although Mr. Confucius predates Mr. Jesus by about 500 years, okay? Okay. So I see some limitation in Mr. Jesus' theories that he did not quite benefit from other philosophies that existed at that time, but geographically too far away and different languages, okay? And there's spatial limitation of Mr. Jesus' theories, in my opinion, okay? Temporal limitation. Yeah, he didn't quite benefit from later development, like modern philosophy or science that did not exist at Mr. Jesus' time. I see those limitations in his theories, in my opinion, okay? Yeah. How about other saints? Mr. Socrates, Mr. Confucius, Mr. Muhammad Allah, Mr. Zoroaster, Mr. Buddha. Do I see some limitations in their theories? Yeah. Then am I saying I'm smarter than all of them? Yeah. Why? Because I learned modern stuff was modern theories that were not available to those ancient saints. Yeah, so I'm smarter than they are, in my opinion, okay? Most likely, so are you. Okay? And so are many people. But other people, they're afraid of those mainstream religions, so they do not talk about it. Me, I'm not afraid of anything or anybody. I'm not afraid of anyone or anything. So I talk about it. Then why am I not afraid of anybody or anything? Yeah, I know martial arts. because because the human school, okay? 5 minutes break for chorus. Let's take 5 minutes break before I totally go crazy. Just kidding. Just having fun, okay? Yeah. Don't take me too seriously. I'm also a comedian, actor, okay? Writer as well. Okay. What else? Oh, like excuse me. So I think that's pretty much what I want to say today. Okay, this evening. Yeah, my dinner is ready, and then uh, now it's still young. It's like 8 p.m. But uh, yeah, maybe I watch some TV show, House of Bluebird in YouTube, Korean TV show, and sometimes I just drink some more alcoholic beverage when I watch it before I start eating dinner because I really enjoy that show. Okay, and after a while, after I drank enough, yeah, I start eating, and then go to bed. I brush my teeth after I come back home from work. Okay, so I already brushed my teeth. This evening I took a shower and okay, eternal youth. Yeah, reverse aging, anti-aging. Yeah, it can happen because 200 years ago, nobody people imagine that people can fly airplane, okay, but they try for centuries airplane, okay, and people imagine maybe people can go to the moon, satellite moon, okay, but maybe they imagined it, but maybe that most people did not think that it's possible. Telephone, television, radio, computers. Yeah, that's modern invention, like past 100 years or 200 years. Okay, so but 300 years ago, they could not even imagine it. 300 years ago, they it was beyond their imagination. Cell phone nowadays is computer, internet, modern day cell phone. You can take pictures. You can even record moving image, cell phone camera, video. You can make a movie with a cell phone. Okay, nowadays apps, video editing apps. Many of them are free. You can make a movie out of cell phone, which is like computer, okay? 300 years ago, it was beyond people's imagination. They didn't even imagine it. 300 years ago, people watch birds flying in the sky. Yeah, so they imagined maybe one day people can fly too, like birds in the sky. I saw earlier today, hawk, far up there in the sky, flying very slowly, open wings, okay? Beautiful. Hawk, raptor, predatory bird, hawk. They're smaller than eagle, okay? They fly very high up there, okay? Slowly. Beautiful. So 300 years ago, people saw these birds fly in the sky, and they did imagine, yeah, maybe one day people can fly too. And that's why they painted these angels with wings. Angels in paintings like 300 years ago, they're humans with wings on the back, right? Yeah. They imagined that angels even thousands of years ago, like Old Testament Bible, for example. Maybe they didn't quite imagine humans with wings, two wings, okay? But about 500 years ago in Europe, yeah, they have those paintings. Still exist in museums, okay? European Christian themed paintings, angels with wings, okay? Yeah. They did imagine that, but they did not imagine 300 years ago, modern day cell phone, that was beyond their imagination. They could not even imagine it. Sure. Now, eternal life, no death, world peace, no wars, no violence, no crimes. Okay, people have imagined that from thousands of years ago. Utopia, that's Greek term. Okay. Or in Christianity, yeah, kingdom of heaven on earth, like in Book of Revelation, near the end. Okay, after Armageddon, yeah. Okay, that was 2,000 years ago. But okay, so yeah, they did imagine that. Live forever young, eternal youth. In Korean word, yeah, 불로 장생, yeah. Okay, 불로 means no aging, 장생, long life, 약, medicine. Yeah, the Qin Shi Huang, the in Qin dynasty in China, he was looking for it. The medicine that would enable people to live forever young. Okay. Actually, fire powder in China was discovered by Chinese alchemists in the Taoism tradition. Okay, they discovered fire powder. Okay, it's ironic, I know. They thought this con concoction of chemicals would enable people to live forever, but it turned out to be fire powder, kind of explosives. Okay, it's ironic, yes, yes, but that's Chinese history. Okay, yeah, discovery of fire powder. They were looking for discovery of eternal youth, eternal life medicine. That's what they're looking for. But they discover something else. Like ambrosia in Greece, okay? Yeah, nectar or whatever. Huh? Yeah. Maybe one day in human story history in the future, maybe they come up with that. Maybe they discover eternal youth, eternal life, medicine, gene therapy, whatever. Who knows? It can happen, okay? Sure. Yeah. Yeah. Now, time check. Hey, we've got more than 30 minutes left. Okay, sure. Farmers Burger, thank you. Sure, yeah. We can continue. Yeah, sure. Okay. Hmm. Yes, so in humanology school, yeah, we emphasize exercise, diet, good rest, like taking a nap, and exercise, diet, healthy hobbies, and yeah, continuing education, career development, personal hygiene. Okay, so yeah, uh-huh. Look, I'm not a biologist. Okay, but invention of forever young, eternal youth, the eternal life. Uh, I guess you, in the future, in the humanity, if it does happen, well, it's up to God. Okay, I do not know what God's plan is. Okay, but it could be invented in biology, like medicine. You know, I don't know. Okay, but in humanology, I mean, we do what we can to be healthy. Okay, yeah, I'm 47 years old. Okay, so but I took a bath. Okay, yeah, it was nice. I know not bath. Today's Thursday. Okay, I take a bath on Sunday evening. So today's Thursday. So Thursday evening and Tuesday evening, I take a shower. Okay, yeah. The what exfoliation? I only do that on Sunday evening when I take a full bath for 1 full hour. Okay, so taking a shower. Uh, lathering with bar soap, okay, just here, here, there, and there. That's it. Bar soap, not other places. Because I wash my face, my hands very often with just water, okay. And then hair, just shampoo, okay. That's Tuesday and Thursday evening, okay. And Sunday, yeah, exfoliation, all the skin, dead skin removal, give me my fingernails and fingertips, okay. Yeah, I do that Sunday evening, okay. Yeah. And good night sleep, sometimes taking a nap, do lunch hour, and then good nutrition, healthy hobbies, and positivity, optimism. Okay. No bad thoughts, no bad feelings. Always positive, always happy, always smiling. Yeah. And I heard some people say like taking adventure, taking risk. That's what keeps you young. Yeah, sure, but to me, I'm 47 years old. I was born in 1978. Physical adventure, I do not do that. Like what, bungee jumping or skydiving or even camping, even hiking in the mountain. I don't do that anymore. I just run in the park, trail, not too far away from parking lot. Okay, because in Alaska we have bears. Okay, I don't want to see them. I want to see bears maybe in the zoo, in YouTube videos, internet photos. Because they're cute. Okay, but in real life, I do not want to see bears. They're too dangerous. Okay. Moose, I see them all the time, okay? And actually, moose in Alaska, they're more dangerous than bears. Why? Uh, some of my Alaskan friends said, yeah, actually, bears are more scared of people than moose, okay? Yeah, yes, many times, yeah, many times, okay? Yeah. But bears are smart, so they don't really like people. Okay? But moose, it's like they don't care, okay? They don't typically run away from people. Not typically. Okay. When there's moose, I love moose. Okay, they stop by my yard sometimes. Okay, always welcome guests. They're so cute, although they're very big. Okay, it was still beautiful animal. Okay, yeah, long thin legs, moose, very beautiful. Okay, and but this is not afraid of people at all. Okay, running away from people. Sometimes, sometimes moose, yeah, they do run away from me. Okay, but not always. Why do they run away from me? Moose? Maybe they sense that I know martial arts. Or maybe they sense that I really enjoy watching them. So maybe they think I'm creepy. Hmm. Now we're having relaxing time. Okay, we did mathematics. We talked about religion, philosophy. Yeah, we just studying stuff. Okay, researching, and now we're just having fun. Okay, yeah, it's just small talk, chit chat. Uh, time check. We have like more than 20 minutes left. Okay, sure. Yeah, sure. Back to the humor, sure. Humor is cool. Yeah, work and play, right? Sure. 5 minutes break. Thank you. But very cool. Yeah. Okay, so we talk about Alaskan animals, moose and bears. Okay, sure. Yeah. But bears, they're omnivores, but they prefer meat because it has higher calorie content. Okay? So bears in Alaska or anywhere else, they sometimes attack people to eat people. Bears, they do that sometimes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Moose, they're herbivores. They eat plants. They do not eat animals. Moose. But they are territorial. they want their own space, so they do not like it when people come to them too close. Okay, and they are not afraid of people. Typically, no. Okay, sometimes they do run away because I think they sense it. Okay, I really enjoy watching moose. Okay, and I think they sense it. Okay, and so they run away from me because they think I'm creepy. Alaska moose. Okay, yeah. Sometimes that happens. Okay, other times they stare back at me. So we make eye contact. We just like stare at each other. Alaska moose and me. Well, yeah, they don't smile. Not really. Maybe some photos kind of look like moose smiling. Yeah, I've seen them. Okay. Horses, yeah, they know how to laugh, how to smile. I read some article about it. Okay, so they have some facial expression. Horse. Okay. Moose, maybe rarely. Okay. But bears, yeah, they are omnivores. They prefer eating meat to vegetables. Okay. And yeah, so that's why, in a way, bears can be more dangerous than moose because bears they do eat people. Okay, yeah, sometimes they do. Moose they do not eat people. Okay, they're herbivores. Bears omnivores. Okay, but what makes moose more dangerous than bears? It's typical is because many bears are afraid of people. Okay, so but they're smart. Moose not as smart as bears. Okay, so what I mean by that, okay, in the highway in Alaska, uh, or just maybe road, city road, neighborhood road, whatever. Okay, moose, they don't really avoid cars. So sometimes moose pass away on the road because they don't really avoid cars. Sometimes they do. Other times they don't really understand concept of waiting. Deer, same way. Okay. Sometimes they jump in front of cars, okay, and roadkill, okay, it happens to moose, deer, but rarely to bears. Bears, they're smart. Uh, from what I've heard from my fellow Alaskans, bears are smarter than dogs. Hmm? So is okay, roadkill like moose, deer crossing the road, being hit by a car. That's not uncommon. But bears crossing the road hit by a car, that is extremely rare. Why? Because bears, they're very smart animals, okay? They're omnivores. They hunt animals, okay? So they are more evolved animals, okay? Higher in food chain, okay? So when bears see cars, fast-moving cars, okay, they avoid it. And when bears, most of time, see people, they sense it. Like we people are smart, we may have guns. So when bears see people, they sense how smart we humans are. They sense it, just like dogs. Dogs, they avoid cars, right? They know what car is. Dogs. Okay? Bears, yeah, they also know what car is, how smart we humans are. Okay? So bears, they tend to stay away from people most of the time, unless they're very hungry. Okay? But moose, they're not that smart. Okay, so sometimes they just cross the road. Maybe not all moose. Some moose are smart. Okay, I've seen this YouTube documentaries, not documentary, video footage in YouTube. Okay, moose waiting for traffic signal to cross the road. Okay, and when it turned green, yeah, this cross road. Then when it turned green, when car stopped, then moose was crossing the road. Okay, the crosswalk. It was filmed in Anchorage, maybe 10 to 20 years ago. I saw that footage. I think it's in YouTube. Okay, so maybe social media. Okay, I've seen it. The footage. Okay. Some moves are smart. Okay. Yeah. Mhm. So time check. Vocal rest. We're having too much fun, huh? Yeah. Well, welcome to Humanology show. Okay. Yeah, we have more than 15 minutes left. Okay. So 5 minutes break. Okay. Thank you. All right. Very cool. Some light of topic, right? Yeah. Nice. Okay, bears and mooses in Alaska. Sure. I know a lot about it. I've been in Alaska for about 11 years by now. Okay, so yeah, because I read about them because I like them. I love animals. Okay, they're cool, very cute. I've seen some black bears out there. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. They're nice to me mostly. Anyway, so okay, bears, that's very smart. Okay, so uh, and they know that humans are smart. Perhaps bears know that humans are smarter than themselves. They sense it. Bears, okay, they're smart, very smart. Okay, so they sense that humans, when they see us people, yeah, they kind of like they kind of sense that we are smarter than they are. So most bears they avoid people. Okay, Mhm. Most of times. Okay. Unless they become really hungry, yeah, then they do hunt people. Black bears, brown bears, white bears, all of them. Yeah, but I've read it. Bears hunting people. Okay, all three kinds. Okay, black, brown, white bears. Okay, yeah, all three kinds. They sometimes hunt people when they're very hungry. Okay, I've read about it. Okay, yeah. So they're dangerous. Okay, yeah. But most of times they avoid people. Right, so they're not in residential areas often, unless In Alaska, there are people who live in the mountain. Well, there are not that many houses. Then, yeah, there are bears, okay? But not many houses, rural Alaska in the mountains. And some of them, yeah, in Matsu Valley, Anchorage too. Eagle River. Eagle River is between Anchorage and Matsu Valley, okay? And some people live in the mountains, okay? And yeah, I heard stories that bears coming to their houses. But they smell food. People cooking in their houses or garbage can, dumpster, food leftover, trash, okay? Yeah, they smell it in their car. In the area where there are not that many houses, in the mountains or wooded areas, in Big Lake, in Matsu Valley, yeah, there are bears there. Where there are a lot of trees, not that many houses. Yeah, there are bears there. Even in Matsu Valley and Anchorage mountainside, okay? I've read about it. Yeah. Even today, yes. How about Wasilla? I'm just outside of Wasilla, halfway between, well, between Big Lake and Wasilla and Matsu Valley, but close to Wasilla, okay? Yeah, I've read that there's some bears in Wasilla too, okay? Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah. Mm. But residential area where there are a lot of houses and less trees, bears do not go there typically. Sometimes they do when they're very hungry, okay? But mostly they avoid bears. They avoid area where there are a lot of houses, a lot of people. They do not like that, and they're not comfortable with it. Okay. How about moose? Uh, they're less cautious than bears about people. Okay. In my house, my yard, half acre lot, just outside of Wasilla. Okay. Yeah, moose. Yeah, they come here like once a month, I guess. Every other month. Yeah, always welcome guest. Okay. But I have never seen a bear coming to my yard because this neighborhood in Matsu Valley, pretty Fairview, okay, uh, it's kind of halfway in the middle. Okay, it's not too many houses, but not too few. Okay, so two bears, too many people to be comfortable around. But for moose, yeah, not too many people at all. I mean, like Wasilla downtown, Anchorage downtown, moose sometimes come. Even in Anchorage downtown, I've read bears sometimes come, okay? Yeah. But moose, they're less cautious than bears about people, okay? Yeah. It's just their nature. Yeah. Mhm. And I love watching them. Not just me, yeah. Alaskans, okay? Yeah. We really appreciate wild animals. Yeah, they're beautiful. Yeah. Mhm. Of course, after snow melt during springtime, yeah, spring cleanup in my yard, yeah, moose, dung, feces, moose droppings, moose pile, okay. But it's fair price to pay to see them paying visit to my yard sometimes. Okay, so but I have to clean after them. Okay, uh, but fair price to pay though, for sure. Springtime after snow melt. Yeah, pick up my plastic bag and two latex glove on my hands and moose droppings. Okay, feces, plastic bag. Okay. Yeah, every springtime, about plastic bags worth of moose down. Okay, something like that, I guess. But worthwhile though. It's good exercise. I like take photos of moose paying visit to my house, upload in social media. Copy and paste to like Amazon Kindle book in the name of humanology praise. Okay. Yeah, sure, sure. Nice photos. Moose in my yard. Okay. From my bedroom window, kitchen window. Sometimes like selfie, like this moose over there outside my house and me inside my house. People take him as dangerous. Okay. Yeah, some selfie. Yeah. Here's moose outside the house. It's me, Honky Lee, inside the house, over the bedroom window or kitchen window. Okay. Selfie. Safely. Yeah, sure. Okay. All right. So it's been 1 hour. Okay. So, 2 hours. It's been 2 hours. Okay. So see you next time. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yeah. Mm.